couple of them, as the desks were kind of closing there, mishmash mix of players who can step up at any point in time. Wonder who we have today.
Well, we're about to find out. Overpass, the starter, the map pick of NiP. Felt a little underwhelmed with their T-sides to open up this event. Sure. So I want to see some super hot fire today. I want to have Config starting off strong. Oftentimes he can be someone who can dominate the opener of a series. So let's see.
Well, unfortunately, they're starting on one of the hardest T-sides in the game right now. But on the bright side, Harry, this is actually something you reference a lot, where Config did get his kill record.
It is where Config got his kill record.
If there's a will, there's a way. Take it away, Lucy Loose.
All right, well, we're going fast towards B. It's the classic 5-out monster strat. The flash cam comes over. broky, he's been gushed on down, and Hedrick's looking to chase on through, but here's Twist with a dual Berettas. broky goes down after getting one. ropz has arrived, but Twist is tapping away the bomb out in the open, and it's just Alexi B for half a second.
Very basic pistol for NiP. They try and keep it rambunctious to begin the game, but FaZe, they've got aimers for days, and they show them off. Julies, I don't feel like I've seen a CT pistol round without these double pistols, Harry.
So I spoke to karrigan as he was heading over to the
lift psychology.
And I said, hey, Finn, do well today, brother. I have you in my fantasy team.
What did he say to
And
him?
he turned around, and he went, clutcher? And I said, yeah. And then he went, okay, then. So, you know, I mean...
Do you have him as clutcher, though, or are you just...
I have that booster on him, you know? Let's go.
You put it on after that, okay. Insider fantasy, I see, Harry.
Insider trading. The best kind. Here we are, Rain. With... 2. I almost read ropz's Rain, but that was me.
Insider trading's the best trading because
you never lose.
Yeah, why would you trade when you could lose when you know you're going to win, right? That's
what a sound argument.
Yeah, exactly. Your Honor. Anyway,
you see, Your Honor. I just wanted to win for a change.
I'm going to leave.
Let
this
the little
alone.
guy take a win for a change. Come on, guys.
I'm going to leave this alone now. Isak might be listening. 2-0 for FaZe. NiP coming in with guns, but they've not got much util in this first buy round.
What do you guys reckon to the ump?
I'm not a UMP fan myself.
A few big brainers are bringing it up.
Yeah, Danish in-game leaders love the ump.
So I'm always willing to acknowledge it's good, but I don't like it. You know, it's like bananas. Everyone loves bananas. I don't like them. They don't have a good mouth feel, right?
So wrong.
That's an
they
undeniable
feel great
fact.
in my mouth. And delicious as well.
What is happening? Here we are.
You said it.
Yeah, but I just mean that they're mushy.
Delicious.
How do you feel about bananas? Is it mushy or tasty? What's the vibe?
It can be both.
Yeah, it can be both.
There we
can
go.
be like
Things
mushy
can't
and
be two
tasty.
things,
I mean,
guys.
baby's left that up.
Look, you're either bad or you're good. There's no in between. All right, there's no gray area.
Very
Look at
black and
this.
white.
It's a slow round here. That's why we're talking about bananas. And well, NiP, they're still keeping it slow, aren't they, Hugo?
Yeah.
They've got this con control. That's a lovely thing for them. Oh, and if we take a look here, FaZe do have 3 over towards A, but eventually this long component, because they've got 2 here, that's quite a lot of resources to have over towards long. They might feel the urge to get involved if they're not given a peek. Luckily enough for them, they're given a peek. Hedrick out on an island. Does just want to dodge this fight and live to go again another day. Still in this 5v5 as NiP slowly meander their way up the short side.
Oh, but they're coming. They're moving. One step at a time, Harry. They're going to make it. 30 seconds, smokes rain in, and that's the evidence. FaZe know what's up.
ropz, he's sitting on there looking for it, but Rain's be taking the first contact out long. There's a smoke, it's a bit shallow. ropz now has the opportunity of that bait. Go for the fight, gets 2. But Brollan and Hedrick have both found one. broky now counted for, swings on out with the FAMAS. Hedrick trades it, and the bomb has to be recovered. But look at that time. Twist get one through the smoke, but Hedrick has to go for the fight, and they overwhelm.
I love that. They both send it as well. That's very dangerous. That's like the only way Hedrick can win, right? If he just flick kills both. But he gets off the plant with about 10 seconds. Twist was covered, and karrigan just chases with that ump. So bit of run and gun with the SMG. Nothing wrong with that. And NiP leave it a little too late. Plus, with no noise outside of that B site, FaZe were very ready for that. Triple set up. Gonna have an eco. NiP with just a little bit of this and that. Some deagles, some flashes. But ultimately, it should be FaZe finding a nice, strong start to this map. Config eats 2 mollies all the way through to long. This is nice because they smoked the second molly, sure, but he actually did get through them before. So
Right.
His timing is really, really good, and Config's just exploiting this the whole way. Eventually, he has to walk, and now he reaches that point, but he's still going to be behind broky before he's ready. This could unravel.
He's got the backstab. He's...
Oh, dear.
Oh, buddy, that one's going to hurt.
I feel for him.
Brings broky down to 8, but is bailed out by old mate Rain. And now Twist's adding another to the... Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Hang on a second. Hang on. This could still get weird with low HP on broky. Oh, never mind. Hope's dead. ropz, Hope killer, Dream killer, ruined the round. Nade's probably, yeah, look at that. Brutal. Another kill. Not fun anymore. We're just watching ropz kind of steamroll some armorless players, really. It's borderline bullying. Rez. All that's left to do was die, and there is ropz.
So, Lucy, we're rolling the dice with which NiP player steps up this... I'm not even going to say series. I'm going to say this map, because yesterday it was the opposite for some of these players. Like Brollan came in, bottom performer of the server map 1, then he was top performer map 2. Who's your money on in NiP for this map?
I'm looking at Hedrick. I think he's been a real up and downer. Like he's had some really massive games where he takes over the show, but then a few key ones where he disappears. I'm thinking back to Katowice against Vitality, where he had a bit of a tough game there. So Overpass, very AWP-centric. So I feel like if he's going to show up, this is where he has to do it. Yeah,
it's going to be hard on T side, right? He seems to me to be a bit of a passive player, right? NiP don't, whether that's him or whether that's Alexi's calling, NiP don't really put him in a lot of opening kill positions. He went for a couple on Nuke the other day, but he is more so towards the back of the pack, a post-plant player. Nothing wrong with that on a map like Overpass. So let's see how Hedrick wields this big green going into NiP's best buy round. First full buy if you count the orb in round number 5.
Yeah, so ropz is 8-1 to open this up. That's a pretty commanding start. Eco kills? You're going to hit him with the eco? All right. ropz, come up here and have a word with this guy after the game.
He's got a game to
play.
We'll
arrange that.
It's 8-1, Harry. Let's see if he keeps it up. Talk to me at 12-2. Then we're cooking.
I'll see you there, bud.
See you there.
Sleep well.
Is that
broky? It sounded like it, but it wasn't meant to be.
Man's got the Molly lineup. Oh yeah, just aim at that bit of dirt there. Yeah.
You don't know that bit of dirt?
No.
Everyone knows that one.
Of course. I feel like I can throw it.
Dude,
into
even
the
I know
entrance,
this,
though.
Molly.
I feel like
you're just aiming at monster. Twists with a very compelling lineup here. We've never seen one like it before. But NiP aren't going B. They're taking long A.
It's a classic bait and switch setup here, where you've got ropz tucked in on the other side of Flowers, a position I could easily identify on the minimap. And then you've got back on site, Rain, ready for the support.
ropz, by the flowers, bud, just hanging out. They're up, they're over, they're in his face. And there's another for Mr. ropz. He's warm today.
12-2.
Will he get any more? There's an AWP bearing down on the angle. Now, Hedrick, that's a beautiful flick. And that will get rid of him. broky caught running through mid, but Rain has evaded capture. They're aware of this possibility, and they will trade him out. So a 3v2 now. FaZe with this awkward decision of do they want to go for this round or not?
That was great awareness there from Brollan to be ready for that push from Rain. karrigan's thinking about this, sticking around. They've got kits, no smoke, just a single flashbang, and with that bomb going down, I mean, it is towards truck, so it's harder to defend on the T side, but with Hedrick out long with an AWP, all in the right position. Alexi, he's him taking first contact as karrigan slowly walks out, but no noise made yet. karrigan's going to clear him, puts it back into the 2v2, gets on the bomb, and he is getting offered. Not going to stick it for now. Hedrick doesn't budge. That's when Twist swings on out. Brollan, the only one remaining, and it's Twist that takes his name.
Dude, that's a star power of FaZe right there. I can't believe they shred NiP that easily. karrigan, he had to get that first kill. If Alexi trades out 1-for-1, there's no way FaZe can surely get that retake. Everyone is split in post plants for NiP, but they just get isolated. Great flashbang. And look at how it all comes crumbling down. Hedrick. Yeah, I mean, you mentioned, Lucy, that post-plant position. Obviously, you know, NiP didn't know if there was a flank coming in. They had to pick an alternative spot. But Truck, we've seen so many teams let down in those post-plants in that exact spot. So 5-0 for FaZe. ropz is looking good. Can he keep it up on this B site now as NiP go back to their 2-2-1?
Yeah, for anyone who's not in the know, this was the map where Config set his kill record.
All those years ago.
He's 0-5 right now. Not the best of starts to go about breaking it again.
Just let it go, Harry.
What's the number, Harry?
47. How
All
could
right,
you not
okay.
know it?
It was like 100 years ago. I casted it.
I don't think it was,
I casted
actually.
it with Dustin
Was
Discs.
that right?
Yeah, it was like
With
20
Dustin Discs.
Yeah, that's
Oh, there we go. He's starting off.
He got caught again, broky. Just went for that wide peek in middle and config on the board at least, but they walked right past Rain. However, NiP have found a lot of gaps in this T side on A. Right, be it that contact walk up short last round, the broky wasn't ready for through the smoke. Configs attempts up long, they're doing it again. Rain is so patient. I guarantee most players would have peeked by now, but he is in no hurry. His teammates on the site see nothing, and Rain waits for them to go far.
It's so uncomfortable for him because he knows short's completely compromised. Door is open as well to connector, so he has to every now and then check back just to make sure the flank's not coming in. He could get absolutely caught on timing. Config going for the fight, and there's that timing coming through. Alexi B spots out Rain, and now Twist, the only one here, has to defend it all. But they're going back towards B. That's where karrigan is tucked in and can still ruin it.
Yeah, karrigan's got the round here. He's got to hold on, and with him falling, the B site is now open. It belongs to NiP, but it's spam out of ropz. It's him and Twists left up in this 16-2 between the two of them. But this will just be a save. FaZe can't justify giving this round a go. It was so heavily weighted on that head-to-head between karrigan and whoever it was
Brollan.
over towards Monster.
It was Brollan.
It was Brollan.
Yeah, they left him down B, and as soon as NiP got that con kill to Rain, I mean, it helped that they lose the long guy, they just ducked down into lower, and FaZe, again, have done a lot of stacks on top side, for good reason. NiP seem to really be abusing these sit-and-smoke plays, fallen a little bit out of the meta as of late, but right now it's working wonderfully to get them kills on players unsuspecting. It can be such a 50-50 smoke disappearance, but NiP, they like rolling the dice. One number at least taken now on this T side, and this can build up very quickly. Break FaZe's money, suddenly you're cooking, you can have a decent half. But you know FaZe have at least got one more buy in them now. karrigan's gone for the AUG. Interesting decision. Krieg, definitely whacked now. AUG's still good.
karrigan's one of the OG AUG players.
He was AUGing before it was cool.
Yeah,
back on
especially
Train.
when Train was in the pool. You know?
I mean, it's great on Monster Rank because you can sit up towards jail and it's just such a long angle. And there's so many different ways you can play it. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him like Bruce up on there on that surf position as well with it.
He's certainly starting towards the Monster side. But he's not alone. NiP in their numbers, ready to pop. Rez is trying to make a ruckus in connector. But with nothing seen yet on A, we're broken with deep long. They're going to know what's up. Already 3 players here. Oh, the AUG tearing through 2. karrigan putting up a highlight reel on this B site. He will get traded, but the damage has been done. This might be unsavable.
That should bring a smile to your face if you're a Counter-Strike fan there. karrigan lighting them up with the AUG. Felt like being in a time machine for a moment.
Oh.
Okay,
Reasonable.
that one there for Headtrick, that just kind of sucks. Feel bad for him, really. Now only Rez left alive. And not for long, because ropz is swinging out. You said talk to me at 12-2. I know it's 11-2, but I mean,
but I will say,
he's on his way.
Look,
also,
I feel
Bames
like
Johned.
Who's
Twists?
Who's Bames?
Bames.
Oh, Twists.
700.
700. Bames Johned.
It's like a riff on the, you know.
No, I get it.
It's like really high IQ, right?
I don't think it's that
because
smart.
basically what Hugo did there was like he rearranged the letters of the name.
Like, because it's not 007.
It would be like
Agent 700.
Agent 700.
Yeah, that's low down the list.
Yeah, that's true. They really.
But the memes gradually kind of drop off as every group goes through.
Maybe for you, I'm doing some of my best work today, Harry.
Yeah,
that's coming up later, hopefully.
Bit of a bit of a misnade rather, not a team nade.
That's one on each side though, so it cancels out. No one's missed a nade.
That's true. We can forget about it, but NiP can forget about their money if they don't win this round here. Got a little smoke down, ready to re-smoke the monster. broky. He's a bit of a monster.
It.
Will he get smoked?
Nice opener, convincing shot to find Headtrick, but there's more creeping up close to him. Flashback out, doesn't know it yet, but seems to have the read. I think broky's really pieced this one together, aware of what they were trying to do over towards long. That was also the bomb spotted, trapped behind the rock. And even as they try to deal with broky here, there's still that second man in tow of Rain that they don't know about yet. broky doing it all right now. Third in the round. He's lost Rain in the bathrooms.
They know, surely.
They've got broky. And he's still trying to hold on, but eventually overran. Brollan with a double to reply. And he's trying to give NiP a fighting chance in this. This was a 2-on-5, now a 2v3.
ropz is being cheeky though, next to the divider here. Brollan going to be clearing it hard. Crouches around the corner. Twist is rotated over though, slowly walking up towards Optimus. Alexi, there's only 10 seconds left. They have to make a move on. Twist has been spotted. Just trying to play the time here. Gets one, but the bomb will be able to go down. Planning bankside, anticipating this flank from karrigan.
Yeah, he's looking at dumpster though. I thought karrigan shot. I thought he would have heard no bullets have been fired on the flank. He's got a kit, and that smoke right now is to his betterment. He could get right on it. Does he want to try and bait out the in-game leader on the other side? He'll go walking through instead. His flank timing is going to be weird. As long as Alexi doesn't commit and push back up, karrigan might just have the leg shots to win the round, but Alexi's turn, and he's right there in time, but karrigan wins the duel. It's going to be the AUG coming through for FaZe again.
Thank you, karrigan.
Oh,
in the
Clutch
1v1.
Master.
There he is.
Do you get it for? I thought it was 1v2 for the booster. Or is it a roll?
I think it's just win a clutch of any proportion.
That was a clutch.
Certain.
That was a clutch.
And that was a clutch.
I thought it was 1v2 though.
I will say that was pretty well recovered from NiP then, considering the position they found themselves in where broky was just picking them off one by one, and they still were able to find both those players in bathrooms, plus deal with ropz, who tucked himself in. Almost looked recoverable.
Yeah, I like how him and Rain swapped positions as well, right? Because NiP are just expecting the AWP to continually fight long. The only reason it gets let down is Rain dies first. So they almost ran past him, and then they look at the kill feed and they go, that's not broky. We need to... Someone's screaming. Might be the other game going on the other side. Of course, got 0-0 Nation in a matchup right now.
That was probably Greyhound that were yelling.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, I could tell the Australian accent in the
in
hear
the
it in the voice.
Yeah, you can hear it.
That's impressive.
I don't hear many screams from Greyhound though.
Oh. I also
often.
checked.
Well,
I'm not doubting you. I'm just saying because they don't win.
The
a
lack
lot.
of winning.
That was the
that's,
implication.
Yeah, nice. Thanks. How's your KCS going?
We're at the RMR. We got 2 teams.
That's true.
And if you think I have any national pride, you're talking to the wrong person, Lucy.
Oh.
Wow.
Go on then. Top 5 things you hate about Britain. Go.
I'm not doing that on the air.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Stop looking at me.
Right.
You're one of them.
I did look,
You're in the
by the
top
way,
3.
you were dead on. Clutch, it needs to be a 1v4.
Yeah, see? You got to wait.
Really?
But hey, he's warming up.
That's a warm-up clutch, you know? So
7-1.
FaZe up 7-1. Pretty rip-roaring start to this. And yeah, you know, I'm inclined to agree about the whole idea that like that last round getting so close is impressive for NiP. It never should have been that close in a 2v5.
Look at this. Beautiful.
Literally full USP round coming down the pipeline. Cold Zero with the opener. Can we watch this? Can we watch this whole round?
We've got 10 seconds left on our timeout.
That's fine. This round's only going to be another 8 seconds long. So
well, the round's over, actually.
As luck would have it, it's already over.
Yeah. We tried.
Hang on, we're nearly there. We may as well see it through. We still got 20 seconds here.
You're missing nothing.
It's a Vexite special, looks like. 8 for 3, leading for the Hounds.
It's no 12.
That's sick, man. I really hope Vexite does, you know, he's kind of the guy I've heard the most about.
He was good yesterday in the second map. Looked really good.
But, you know, he's still got a lot of learning to do. He's still like the Padawan within this team.
All right, NiP trying to get hyped up going into, again, another very important round because this is the money on the line. They got the plant. It kept them above water, but FaZe could drown them here on the T side. Brollan's taking short water. It's more of a default round for NiP. They don't have much in the middle area, but FaZe are fighting for short water through connector as well. Flash is going over. Twist will chase, but he will escape.
Not a good sign that Brollan's so low already with how influential he's been for NiP in some of these rounds. And now they've lost Rez as well. One at a time, they're kind of losing these very important pieces that have often been the guys creating space. karrigan.
How'd he get here?
Oh, that's ballsy. And he even gets out of there. Just a little kind of excursion through the monster tunnel and then right back into the site.
First time NiP test shot, and well, I don't think they were happy with what they found there. A lot of damage done, lose a teammate. Now, you've got to crawl your way all the way back through A. 2 players here. At least it will be a 4-on-2 going into the site. Got enough for an execute here. So slow on this T side.
Yeah, I mean, it's broky you got to worry about, right? You don't want to be walking dry into his AWP. You need those flashes. They've caught him off a couple of times, but when he's been aiming at the right place, he's hit the shots. And that's what you can trust for broky. ropz playing, or Rain rather, playing above the smoke, the NiP through. He might have an angle here.
Rain taking the first contact, gets that fight. Config goes down, Lexi B low, broky now spotting the nade coming on over, does take that nade to the face. And Rain, he's now taking the position up on top of the dumpster, finds another. Brollan goes down, all onto head trick. The young gun looking for 5, gets that first kill, but surely overwhelmed.
Beautiful stuff for FaZe right now. They'd never let go of that bomb site. They never even gave NiP room, right? Even Rain using their own utility against them. It doesn't seem like there are many gaps for NiP right now. If I know FaZe, I know they're going to be super proactive towards that B site, not just, as we said, taking that short water and even karrigan going through the smoke. But when you're in 5v5s, 4v4s on B, if you don't have the info, you're going to be jumping, you're going to be boosting, you're going to be doing flash plays through connector, and we've already seen Rain frequent that position. So FaZe right now are playing very proactive, and NiP are noticing it.
Oh, there's an opener for broky Zorp. Getting involved early, and Rain's even pushed all the way down long. This is FaZe really trying to bring the aggression.
They keep doing this. They keep threatening that they're playing deeper than they are. ropz actually is playing deeper than they are, but everyone else pulls back out after that early contact. Can't believe he's sending it right now. ropz does not respect NiP.
ropz with aggressive peaks.
I know. Take him while you got him.
Yeah.
Going full blame F right now. In the best of ways. But this position's so powerful, and Rain's even managed to shimmy his way into the corner as well. So ropz can actually swing on Blame's contact.
No. Rain's contact, not Blame.
Did I say Blame?
Yeah, you did.
I'm playing the Blame
fine.
game.
That's all good.
I love it.
You were just talking about him, and they kind of sound the same.
Rain now not going to be blamed for anything now while he kills everyone. Now.
So that's 9-1. This is, I tell you what, as far as, you know, FaZe within the Pro League goes, this is very exciting.
Yes.
This is what we want, right? We want a FaZe because, okay, the last few goes at winning the Grand Slam have been pretty big duds for this team, right? And there's that kind of very real idea that maybe the opportunity actually is going to get away from them, considering they had a good few chances to take it over the line, and now they're kind of getting to the bottom of the barrel on that. There is this vibe that they need to have an uptick in results. They need to start performing like the team we were seeing all the way back in Antwerp. Obviously, I think the Dallas exit was like a super surprising one, but then you can kind of write that off at the time and go, well, you know, they just came off the back of like a huge win. It was kind of like a lower pressure tournament. Maybe they took some time off.
Sure.
All right, keep running down that train of thought. Then they go to Rio. They lose to the Bad News Eagles there, right? That was a huge L to take. In Katowice.
And they went for risks.
This team also fell out there, right? Early on, didn't even make it to the playoffs. That was like the big story, that we could have had this super cool rematch between them and G2, and we were robbed of that. There was this very real feeling that FaZe were going to let all these opportunities slide on by. And so it feels like for this Pro League, they're coming in with their heads screwed on. This is a very, very good start to this series. And if they can keep this up, might be a very, very fast, map that's just going to slide on by. NiP need more rounds than this. We say it's a tricky T-side on Overpass. They've got to start getting some, and that's the opener that could turn the tide. Rain dead down in con, and ropz, you're screwed, bud. You don't get out of here. Nope. Config pounces from middle, and so NiP keep that advantage. A 4v3. They need to complete this round.
They've been going so slow during these mid-rounds, though, it could end up catching them out. If they go back towards B, FaZe Clan have taken the gamble, leaving 3 over here, 2 deep towards Monster, so they're very committed to holding B. Config's on a bit of a mission over towards Toilet, but he's just holding at the moment, waiting to see if anyone walks in through. Some stage, you've got to make a commitment to one of these sites because FaZe Clan are not budging.
Yeah, this is terrifying. You wonder what Alexi's cooking up now from the grave, leading his team together either into a trap or into a free site. And Config, I love this play. He's gone for the probe. If he sees a couple of players, NiP dive down into B, but instead he's going to clear it out and call the cavalry over. And even Brollan, this is really early for Brollan to walk out Monster, considering they just got here. FaZe going to get a free kill, and now NiP know they can plant, but FaZe can actually consider the retake. I would love to see Brollan go 10 seconds later, and it would have made all the difference.
So much utility on the CT side as well. They definitely want to go for this retake with what they've got. They can bring 2 up through connector, catch them off from the short side. broky's already walking up there with the AWP with Twist behind him. NiP, not a lot to defend with.
Yeah, when you accept this retake, if you're FaZe, you know you kind of have to be pretty quick here. You got to be pretty speedy at getting these kills. But Hendrik, that is a bit of a grim misread on the situation. I think he thought they were saving. Started to back off out of their FaZe. Moving up through short, they've smoked in at the dumpster. They don't have a lot of time to make this work. And they might just be looking for damage now. The objective has changed. They get another kill out from the molly. Twists combo. And Rez is left standing at the very end. So FaZe, they maximize their damage, but they don't end up going for the round.
I'm going to just apologize for Headtrick. It almost feel like they had misinfo or like a miscomm there because there were so many eyes on CT. Yes, karrigan was making noise. I think it was karrigan, but even after they killed him, Config's like staring at CT spawn. That's his position, sure, but Headtrick just looked completely unaware that they could have come from the flank because FaZe did take, as you say, so long on that retake. Not quick enough to win it, but quick enough to keep NiP on the edge of a reset. All it's going to take is one more round.
Dangerous territory. broky moving over towards the B side with the AWP. Not going to be taking an aggressive peek just yet. NiP in connector control this time around. Config prising over towards A is going to get flashed on through. That smoke spam actually connects quite a bit, brought down to half, and Range is going to back off after doing that.
Oh, cheeky. Through it. Config, say what you want. He's individually not had a great game, but he's taken a lot of space. He is going on hero missions, a selfless role, you can call it at times, because he knows he's not going to get traded.
Such a read here from FaZe. They think it's going to be B. This double monster setup, and then you've also got broky right on the pillar. So everybody is hard committed to this one position.
Config knows he got spotted as well. That's only going to buy more time for NiP to group up, but it does look like they want that A site. It's the weakest it's been all half, in fairness, but broky is starting to cheat over. This could be just at the right time for FaZe.
Yeah, Rain in a bit of an off angle. Oh, that's a nice kill for Rez. And now they got to be ready for Config, who is right here, pouncing out along at a blindside ropz. Wasn't ready for broky as that third man, but now he's the last man, the only man left inside of this side of the map. Rotates, moving in. broky holds the line. Traded after his first. Molly in at the truck. Pulls a little shallow. Alexi gonna have some room, but karrigan gets involved from the bank side and starts taking heads off with the AUG. Love seeing him sporting this gun. 10 on the board for FaZe Clan. Another CT side round picked up, and that's with NiP finding that gap. Like, they had a lot of room there with Config hitting that timing out through long. That's where it becomes super important that FaZe pulled broky into that upper site at the timing that they did.
But I'm shocked NiP didn't know that because he ran the entire way. He didn't walk that rotation. They 100% heard it, but after they killed the truck player, they just considered it to be empty.
In my mind, the kind of reason for that, and this is why FaZe, I think, doubled up truck, was for that eventuality, right? This idea of, yeah, the second guy has just rotated up and you just killed him at truck as he arrived, and that's what it looked like NiP interpreted that moment as.
Just didn't clear their corners.
Because, why would you be bringing a third guy up to A? There wasn't anything so far in the round that would telegraph an A play. That was the read.
Yeah, the FaZe, as we said, they've been very proactive down on lower. They've been jump spotting, they've been spamming con, nading door off, doing all the standard tricky little plays to keep NiP guessing. 5-on-4 this time, but NiP have had these positions before. They need to make this one work. Last time, sure, they won with a single player surviving on that A post plant. But again, all the time in the world for this for NiP. And a very, I would say, awkward setup for FaZe where they don't have any A control. Rain's so committed, they could walk out long toilet and past him and he wouldn't even know. And he's just accepting that possibility. He can retake long, which is very powerful in a post plant. But I'm sure someone will rotate back up over first. Alexi wants to smoke that molly just to make sure they know he's here. FaZe will not rotate as a result of that smoke, not yet.
The initial contact is going to come through. karrigan puts back into a 4-on-4, and with how the retakes have been going, I think they're comfortable with this. Rain gets a fight as well. Lexi B goes down. Now he can just hang on out here and be such a thorn in their sides. Good smoke is going to block off that position for broky. Rain just going for the aggression, flashes himself in. Rez takes him down, puts it back into even stead. broky going for an ambitious No scope. There's Twist that's going to strike first on the retake.
Yeah, big opener to find. A lot more room given with that kill. Both players in the bank can look to get involved now. Hedrick watching from back at long. And a few of these A plants now, he's had some missteps, right? This needs to be a moment where Hedrick hits. Oh, instead he's gone immediately, and now Rez, the impossible task as they all swing him together. FaZe do not give him the room. It's another retake on the board for FaZe, and this is where it kind of hurts, right? You've actually had a fair few bomb plants in this first half.
Sure.
That is the sixth plant that NiP have had. Oof. And so far, they've only converted on 2 of them.
It's interesting, all these plants going down on the A site, right? I don't think they've planted on B once this entire half.
No.
And in fact, I don't think they've really hit it outside of players walking through contact monster and then the pistol round. They've been focusing on A. And I think FaZe are happy with that. They're putting this heavy lean over towards B just in case, but their retakes have been so good that they don't mind giving up that control.
Yeah.
And actually, just to run with that thought, like, it is impressive that they're keeping this triple B lean like every round, in spite of how NiP have just been going A. And that means that when they're losing the site, you know, they're winning it in the retakes. That's what's so jarring here. They're coming up into like 3v4s, sometimes a 3v3 if like the guys in the sites have traded nicely, and then they're just running away with it.
Oh, here's an aggressive round, and it might work very well. Twist caught that player with nades out for a moment, but Alexi gets his gun back in hands. And FaZe, they're not stubborn. They look for an opener. They have a chance, they can't take it, and so they just pull back, and they keep their inherent advantage, not just with the momentum, but the score as well. 5 on 5, up they go, and Alexi, he was even holding for it. What can he do about that?
Back to Old Faithful, the A bomb site. Bomb's making its way over. Rain dribbles forward as smoke to Vida, and he can sit behind this, blocking anyone that wants to walk through it as well. A bit off from where you typically spam. And OP are going to go back down to short. Brollan's sitting outside of Monster, but just gets re-smoked.
Yeah, these monster setups, I mean, NiP haven't even really seen them. When they've gone for those B rushes, FaZe are playing back at Pillar, back at Pit. Now we have 3 players on the monster side, and broky collapsed them. Oh, dearie me. NiP, they might just want to save their guns. Config's through A, but Hedrick's not going to get the bomb to him because Rain's already pushed up. They don't realize Config made it here. But this is just damage duty. A couple of kills on the way out.
I'm not going to lie, I think they know as well. Like,
yeah,
the way that Hedrick was running,
ropz.
the way that Hedrick was running towards A, like the site was already theirs, has kind of given this up. Like, FaZe have had great reads all game long. This round, no exception. NiP skewered on the attempt to take short. That is devastating.
It's like an in-game leader's like nightmare here for Alexi, because it feels like NiP are getting into good positions, you know, like physically in the map, and then their executes are just getting destroyed, right? Like, yeah, what can you do there? He was holding for the boost. This one, they finally actually try and push short. What happens? They get lined up. Okay, bit of an error, but you know, it happens, doesn't it? Even at the highest levels. And NiP, you know, multiple rounds, they've had Config either front bathrooms without info for FaZe or deep long without info, and it's still not enough to really even get opening kills for NiP. Dear oh dear, it's a dominant game.
That's the 4th timeout as well coming through for NiP. They've used all 4.
Damn.
Not even finished the first half, although we'll be about to be finishing up. 12-2.
Yeah, it's not going to be much of a second half anyway. You may as well use the timeouts and try and get some value from them, because my God, FaZe are here with a statement right now on NiP's map pick. And, you know, if anything, I have more faith for NiP on Ancient, not because of the map, but because hopefully they can start CT. That being said, that map's getting very T-sided now with the widened sights, and you know karrigan's going to cook up something later. That's our second map of the series, but first, the last round of the half.
Yeah, so a lot of control out towards mid early. They do have to contend with broky's AWP, but other than that, everyone for FaZe is down on this lowest side of the map. broky going through the motions early, has fully backed up into the A site, playing it passive. That's because he's already got Rain on rotate up with him. So there's about to be 2 inside of this A site, and they've got quite the task ahead of them. NiP have a bit of pep in their step here. Looks like they wanted to come in with this A play pretty swiftly.
This one might be a fast one. All pressure at once. Rain jump peeking, looking for the contact. The flash comes over. broky just walks out for a freebie, but there's Config at long. Rain has to fall back. Twist is rotated over. Not ready for him to be so close. Rain at least gets 1 back, but he now has to fall off.
A little awkward here, right? Those opening fights didn't go down the way FaZe anticipated. This is the ultimate test for these retakes, right? Low HP on Rain. ropz caught rotating up the connector. This is one that FaZe might be written off in. It's going to have to come down to karrigan doing the heavy lifting here. Config nails Rain on his peek out from the dumpster. And is ready to respond for the last man as well. So NiP manage a third right at the end of this first half.
She said that she hate me, I hate me too. I can always tell when you're lying, girl, you're see-through. All these miles away, yeah, I just wanna see you. Baby, give me good face, she hit me like seafood. Remember when I saw you, hi, it's nice to meet you. Know my old girl salty, she just wanna be you. I'm a dog, no Maltese, I don't wanna leave you. Once you're right here, I just don't wanna mistreat you, no. Cause I've been a douchebag before, baby girl, I don't wanna repeat. She just won't please me, she look in my eyes, told me, why are you bleeding? And I don't even know how to answer. I take these drugs to my bladder. She said she noticed a pattern. She say I look gorgeous, I tell her I'm flattered. But I hate my reflection. When I look at you, all I see is perfection. I'm so depressed and I don't know the reason, just wanna feel better. Hate my reflection, when I look at you, all I see is perfection. I'm so depressed and I don't know the reason, just hope I feel better.
My God, he's a viral! The best in the game!
Welcome back to the Source 2 waiting room. We're rerunning some of your favorite games. No, I'm kidding. It's all live, right? FaZe taking on NiP. And FaZe are currently up 12-3. I've got Hugo and I've got Lucy with me. We've been watching and talking over this game. And it's been pretty sick from FaZe.
Yeah, from FaZe. I'm glad you added that a little bit at the end. For NiP, it's been pretty ugly. T-sides continuing to be an issue for this squad. Despite the firepower they have on the roster, FaZe are tearing them limb from limb. And unless NiP get a pistol, safe to say, it's probably GG, Lucy.
This is where the comeback starts. You have to always
All right,
believe.
all right. I like it. I like the
have
belief.
that fire in your belly, hoping that fire is in the belly of all the ninjas. That's what ninjas have. so that they can jump around quickly, like Mario.
That is, yeah, that's a
Famously.
key fundamental. I've read that one.
Mario, he did study the blade, I heard. He was one with the samurai. But right now, FaZe are really squeezing this pistol dry of anything that NiP had to show, any aggression, any plays to be made. It's not going to be allowed. FaZe are moving up long with 3 and the bomb. ropz has a PT50 and he's been on it.
Dude, this is like a vintage classic, you know. You
vintage
just,
and a
a
classic.
vintage classic, an old school cool kind of round, right? Where you walk up long, you have a couple of guys walking through the connector.
They going to
up
beat
short.
Harry, do you think?
So there's
I don't
two
think
options
so.
here. No, they're not, because they haven't made contact yet and they've been able to get deep down long. But maybe if they got spotted sooner, that would have been an option, yes. However, that didn't happen, and now they own A, as luck would have it. No one was here. They've been displaced by the util, and Reigns even got a goblin angle to play with.
And look at this alternative plant. They just nade stacked the bomb, and he planted so wide they couldn't kill him. It could not have gone better for FaZe if they tried.
This is a good setup though for NiP. They've got a kit, they've got a smoke, and they've got the player advantage. ropz out long with the P250 looking to get something. All the players are falling in every couple of seconds. Everyone's dead. There you go. It was a good position, as I said.
That was a great position.
right.
Wow, I've never seen a round just kind of end like that before.
Well,
you know,
FaZe had the plant.
it was
you know,
live,
at least.
and then it wasn't.
And that's despite the nade stack, you know, well, it went default, but the plant wasn't default. What a read for FaZe. They get that much room for free. They believe that maybe we are being stacked.
I'm laughing because Lucy said something that sounded like one of those, like, you know, those like commercials that like PSAs almost.
Okay.
She was like, you said every couple of seconds someone dies, and I just imagine that, and then it's like, please donate.
Every couple of seconds, someone dies in a Counter-Strike game.
Waiting for Source 2. Every second.
Your pledge.
will help us. Yeah, it's good. It's got some legs on it. Oh, hello! Look at this little spot. This is finicky and tricky.
Well, you're not going to
so
get
you're
a
not going to get headshot here. And even if you do, you'll probably walk it off.
Yeah, I don't know about this dancing on the pole.
Brollan's got the moves. Throw him a 20, see what he'll do.
Look at him. That's such a good angle, man.
Angle man. Out now in
Angleman.
theaters. Angle. Yep. karrigan's got the famed armor Glock. So he's hoping
I
one
haven't
of his...
seen him break this
and
out in
ropz has the
years.
famed armor Glock, so they're both hoping...
No,
Fancy
actually,
vintage.
so this is actually kind of cool. Let's
They
talk
really
about
want
it.
the Deagles to
They've
die.
got full faith that a Deagle can open the round up, and then they can arm these Glock armor players
you're
who
right.
you'll note are
Yeah.
playing towards the back.
They're definitely not waiting for the Deagle to die, so they can grab the
Yeah, or
Deagle.
that, or that.
Or that.
But they've got full faith
No, it
in
is cool.
the
Yeah.
openers.
It is cool. It's a nice idea.
And even if they don't, like you say, you get the D, then you're armed, then you're dangerous.
You might get nothing though, because they're... Oh, okay.
you
The
think
Deagle got an
you-
entry. There's a Deagle to grab.
Oh, you
there's a gun
think-
to grab, and there's armor to play with it. Oh, both armored players are alive,
Okay,
and they
but
can
they gotta
get
get guns. They did just lose one of the guns.
No
Okay,
way
karrigan's
they
got
win
it.
this.
karrigan's got it. Up,
No
over,
way.
playing around the boxes. ropz with one more. Brollan gonna catch him crossing back, and karrigan is melted. It's a cool idea. It's a cool try. But in the end, NiP are those guys.
And also, you show up with your permission slip. Permission to bait. You hand that into the teacher. I can do whatever I want in this round. I can not trade you all I like. I have a Glock. What do you expect me to do? I'm looking for the A1S. It doesn't go much further. NiP clamp down on FaZe in that post plant with a quick flank. But still, FaZe are coming in to rounds like that with ideas. Kind of cool.
I mean, it's a massive amount of damage, and you get the bomb plant. Only 2 players surviving. They have to reinvest. They've still got Fami.
Fami.
No one wants to use those.
Famousy. Maybe not. What's the plural of famous?
Famousy. Yeah.
Famousy.
It must
Famouses.
be. You guys going to talk
Awesome,
about Riz
man.
again?
Yeah, oh, dude.
Hugo's room's next to mine, so I
Hugo's-
often hear it sounds like he's talking about Riz. Something is
Riz?
when you guys
Yeah.
are in the room together.
Yeah. Hugo's always trying to riz
It's
me when
nice
we're
to
hanging
hear
out.
that you can hear our conversations now. You better watch yourself, Harry. I don't know what you're saying.
It's not so much the saying that's a problem. It's more the noises.
Oh,
right?
why do
So-
you have to go there?
No, because I...
And why at 3 a.m.?
Oh, all
Well,
right.
you know,
yeah.
that's where we do our best work. That's where we come up with all our content.
Look at this. Look at this. So look, it's a little
let's look
push
at
into
this.
the toilets.
Yeah, good idea.
A little toilet play.
Oh.
Never hurt anyone, eh, Hugo? Rain with the opener. Alexi on the receiving end of that. And now NiP are a man down.
Oh,
they're responding with a bit of aggression out towards Monster. And they're painting a picture of where this play is going to end up. But to their demise, that might be into this A site that only has 2 defenders, where the rotates are very far away. They at least know the play's coming, but will that make it any easier to deal with?
Flashbang was good, but unfortunately Rain was a bit better. broky also gets that trade, so now they can make their way through with this bomb. Config and Rez desperately gonna be able to do nothing. Spamming on through. Rez nowhere nearby, was on a late flank, but not needed.
Those entries for Rain are just brutal. The first one especially, where he knew he had a player in toilets, he just ran in, crouch pre-fire spraying, like he was shooting before he was moving, sorry, before he stopped rather, while he was moving, and then he just finished the kill crouch. So that was brutal, and even blinded with the second. So
I mean, I liked it from NiP, the flash play out long with the FAMAS to go for that fight for head trick, but I mean, Rain was just honed in on the angle, gets blinded, doesn't matter. He has 12 HP, but the headshot from the AK does the job, and that's really the round right there.
yeah, FaZe don't look like they're leaving any stone unturned.
But dude, this was always going to be the saddest part, is like NiP, they could have a CT side that they feel so proud of, that they want to show off, that they want to flex.
Doesn't matter.
Literally doesn't matter, because the game can get decided on the back of the money now, and that was always going to be the case unless NiP went on like a big streak to open up, built up a bit of a bank. You know, of course they come into this, they win the pistol, they get the conversion, but then they lose it in the third. That's done them in for the money. They're forcing now. You might think, oh, what a rogue kind of charming decision.
Yeah.
But it's really coming out of desperation, guys. I don't know how to tell you that.
That's what I was thinking. I didn't think it was rogue and charm.
Exactly. And
Sometimes it can be both. Like Tinder at 2 a.m. on a Tuesday.
Just a little bit of riz.
Yeah.
The people in the back.
But look, man, I know you've lost config to open up this round. Oh, it's all going from bad to worse for NiP. That's one of the guns removed. Yeah. Not the way you wanted this to open.
And even FaZe, you know, barely leaving T-spawn right now. They're having a great time. Gonna start to clear connector. We've got B short control here for NiP. Watch them get naded. Luckily, it's just on the railing. Red's position, very powerful. But oh, he's fighting as well. He's not playing ducked. He's not playing contact. He's just looking for the kills, and he'll give us them one already. Brollan does let karrigan get out, but he at least trades. However, he now needs so much more.
Utility over the top, Brollan looking for the swing out. It's perfectly timed. Rain was fully blinded there. Alexi gets close with the 5-7. That support coming on through slowly. And speaking of slow, FaZe have just held for a second, dropped the smoke out. ropz looking for an angle to find a way through, but there's Alexi with the 5-7, gets both.
Bloody good start.
All right, that's a little more like it. That's a little more exciting now. NiP suddenly got some legs to run away with on this second half. 7 rounds the difference, still a ways to go, but finding their way back in on this low econ round around the 2 saved guns. And that's in spite of going a man down immediately to open up the round. Beautiful scenes here in the server for NiP fans all around the world.
A lot of NiP fans out there. Now I'm looking at head trick. He's got the AWP. We were talking about, well, I mentioned him as the player I wanted to see stepping up. Brollan is. We saw him in that round, getting a lot of very influential kills, but now head trick with the AWP on the CT side, there's no excuse.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree, you know, because he does have these games every now and again where you're like, oh, there it is. That's the guy we need to like bottle up and capture and have play like that every single game, right?
Yeah.
But you don't always get it bottled up success. Where am I going with this metaphor?
I like the metaphor. It's a new one for
tenuous
you.
link.
I feel like we've said every metaphor, but that's a new one, yeah.
But yeah,
bottle
you know,
up head trick.
The consistency isn't there, and you know, right now, kind of maybe some of the easiest chances he's going to have on the CT side to get involved, because he doesn't have broky to counter AWP him on the other side. But it's a fast B play, very fast, and into config. MP9 strikes 2 from the round, and just like that, FaZe This one's a bit of a non-starter. They're still trying to come through. Oh my God! ropz just recommitted through the smoke, the mad lad, and he's pulled this back to a 2v3, but the bomb did get dropped over on short, and it looks like it's tumbled out into the side.
Yeah, this is one where ropz can just go around the world, right? Like, you've at least spread NiP out enough by getting these 2 kills that FaZe can try and find gaps and set up on a flank, but they need to really wait some time for ropz. I mean, he doesn't have a minute to walk this flank. He's got to start running up long or through toilets eventually, and it's the unknown that we're dealing with here. NiP could be anywhere. NiP aren't even on A, and I love this for NiP because they might even re-aggress back down at B, try and get more info and not have to worry about that flank, because the gap of heaven being open is a bit of a thorn in Alexi B's side. ropz isn't full flanking. He's going to come back down con and group with broky, but Brollan, he's in the round-winning position.
That's a long walk for ropz to get back to where he started. A nice sort of scenic tour of the map. Didn't find anybody there on his walk around. Went bird watching and didn't spot a pigeon.
Oh, they've got guns though. Are they going to go? 15 seconds, you need both kills, and ropz, yeah, a little too late to the party. It's going to be an easy hold for NiP. Bit of damage from ropz popping late through that monster smoke, but it was never meant to be after Config's heroics with that MP9.
Yeah, this was how the round started. Just that stray bullet that catches Rain at the back as the second guy in, dying first, while you're also doing, you know, like your teammate's doing the movement piece to throw off the guy's aim. It's wild how that starts. Bit of a tilter. FaZe now down at pistols. Don't have a lot to work with here. NiP starting to close the gap, starting to find a way back in. Config joining the likes of Brollan in the double digits now as well. We're starting to have our stars emerge. We've got 1 flash in this round for FaZe.
Good luck.
It's in karrigan's hands. So that means it's probably going to be pretty darn good.
Let's see it then. What are they waiting for? They do have Rain lurking out towards party. Not going to find anyone. ropz starts to walk through. That flash should be coming any second. Config just sitting on the angle. Not going to spot them out. Catches the back of ropz. And now he's got a well-timed incendiary. That's going to force them forward. Just burning alive. Config gets, well, doesn't need to be doing anything because the nade comes on through. And that entire little hit has to be called off.
Yeah, the 1 flash, it didn't really blind the barrels guy, and there was a lot of util coming in towards Monster that the flash couldn't have helped with. That's a bit rough. Gotta say, ropz is being pretty aggressive in these last few rounds. Keen to be involved in some of these fights. Hedrick's also missed this timing on a guy coming up short, but surely that won't come back to haunt him, right? No one's ever been punished on missing a timing before. Ooh, luckily enough, the spot comes in. broky 1-deeks Hedrick, but he does take one to the grave with him. Brollan watching for the crossover at long, and it's a great little pincer maneuver from NiP.
I want to see if FaZe punish this, right? When NiP know what's going on, they collapse, right? In a good way. They flank really quick. Both rounds, FaZe have actually gone into A. NiP have been up con really quick, and that's something that FaZe didn't really do. We saw their super late retakes, mostly out from CT spawn as well. Less flanking in gun rounds. And so, you know, if FaZe know this, can they force the reaction of NiP? Can they fake out an A attack, kill the flank, go back? We'll have to see what they've got planned here in another gun round, an important one, as NiP are closing the doors right now. They are only 5 rounds away. Those 5 rounds can come very quickly when you're on the CT side of a map like this. Hedrick playing a gap in the smoke in middle. But of course, FaZe patient out of the gate. And it's NiP who don't want to make that mistake. They will peel all the way back. Leave Hedrick on an island in middle. And Brollan can check the long timing.
This is where Overpass do their best work, though. Not going to get given the opportunity to fight quite yet. But it could be Brollan that does. Jumping over the flower bed. Spots a player, but broky plucks him out of the air. Absolutely deleted. And that's now feeling a little awkward for Hedrick, as he's on an island, but has the rotation coming on over in Alexi. And they're boosting up into check connector. Twist, he's completely unaware. What's that head spot? Surely, once Twist turns around, swivels and removes res.
That was clean, man. It looked like he missed the timing. All right then, head trick. Up close, combat AWPing needed. There's one. Twists removed. Alexi in the sight. They line up for him. Head trick with a swivel. And ropz throwing into the 1v1. But Config is here into the Lion's Den. Tap from ropz. And there's Config to seal the deal. NiP started to get loud now. They're believing. 9 rounds to their name. They are getting closer and closer to FaZe Clan's lead.
That's a 3-on-5 for NiP as well, right? They lose 2 untradeable picks, and then Alexi goes on that mad tear. What a great position behind default. He's so open, even though he's got 2 teammates trying to support on that top side or head trick and toilet. He is so open. He manages to line up a double, still get damage on the short flick, and that sets head trick up for some very nice shooting on the AWP. It's what we need out of this kid right now. Look at this entry work. I hope we have twists as well. The turn. Oh.
That sucks for Rez because I think he had a second take there where he definitely spotted the head and then he was like, that's a head, and had to readjust, and Twist just twists around.
Clues in the name, and he shows it in his game. 13-9, FaZe. Probably a faster one, you'd hope.
With Mac 10 in play, you'd expect as much.
Yeah, these faster Bs have normally just been churned up at Monster, really. Config often has a bit of a beat on them here. Util starts to go over. Config with one. Reface now from short. That's a good flash that broky's throwing over. And it does net them the 1 kill. However, things get awkward now for FaZe. Karrigan and ropz with the killer piece. Don't know how this one's flipped on its head so quickly. ropz with 2 Tech 9 kills in the blink of an eye, and Karrigan reloading that AK's left it all onto head trick. And he's out of the round. He can't go for this. The money's on the line for NiP. If they go for this and come up short, there's nothing in the next round. And so FaZe immediately are applying that pressure again.
I think that's just getting a little bit confused there. Flubbing your lines, they get that first kill. Convict's kind of stuck between 2 mines. It felt like he felt he was responsible for both short and monster and gets overwhelmed. Then there's that smoke drop towards barrels, which is normally a great smoke deployed by the CTs because it completely cuts off half of that attack. And Reds is trying to go for a play where he's sitting in it, looking to try and catch someone out. He gets spammed on through. It feels like maybe they just weren't aware that it was just the half buy with the Tech 9s, and maybe they thought they're up against rifles and wanted to try and get some tricky plays, but maybe overthought it a bit. You sit back, play your lines, you probably come out ahead there.
Yeah, you know, something that's so wild as well is like, you know, we just had those 2 ropz kills on replay, and those were like immediate. One of them was a smoke spam out of nowhere. Yeah. Like, there was a certain element to that was almost like you couldn't have even accounted for it if you're NiP. You know, you're trying to play safe. You're trying to play behind the electronic smoke over at barrels that you were talking about. And then you just get Tech 9 spammed out of the round. Like, that's devastating. And you know, when you think about the kind of emotions that NiP have gone through in the last 2 rounds, just a moment ago they were yelling as Config wins out a tense 1v1 to keep them in this game. And now all of a sudden, you know, their money's deleted again. It's these saved guns that have to provide. It's the AWP on head trick. Couple of reinvestments for Config and Brollan. They've won this round before. It's not impossible, but it's asking a hell of a lot. And if you don't win this round, then you're force buying up against map point for your opponent.
Yeah, they have to go for something aggressive here. Get Brollan up close towards Divider. You got the AWP back. A classic setup in towards the Banana, but they're going to be avoiding it at the moment. So he's making their way in towards short. A second rifle of Configs is there at the moment. No more smokes for Monster. 50 seconds left. FaZe have a good position if they want to go this way, but they are very spread out, just looking for picks at the moment. That bomb's over at Party. Got a player out walking long 2 in rain. And with all this time, they can really go wherever they want.
30 seconds, though.
This is kind of cool. They're going to spring this boost late and give the illusion that there's a lot of guys outside of B. The timing is a little brutal, but at this point now, it kind of feels like this is going to be a B play. Brollan in the connector will hear these rotates, but he can't lock down the mid-split. NiP now realize that they got thwarted, that they're all out of position, but they're still going to get cut down trying to move back up to scramble into this upper side of the map. It's messy for NiP. They thought they could beat FaZe on the timing, but you could see that structure, that round coming together for FaZe Clan, and NiP fell for it, hook, line, and sinker.
I mean, when are you seeing a boost at B for a pick at 25 seconds and expecting the A play, right? Like, even though that confirmation comes so quickly from Brollan, and they hear the running of the players on short, Rain got so much deeper than Headtrick was ever ready for, and so NiP just get cut apart again on this CT side. 9 may be all they can muster. And Rez hears him coming from all areas, surrounding him right now. Oh, got a jump. He should just survive here, thanks to the round time. But it's 15 for FaZe, and they're ready to close it down. Send NiP to bed. And ropz, what a game he's had as well. 27 and 13. Sheesh.
Just a casual 2.0, KD. Another day in the office for ropz.
Dude, the other thing that's just been so intriguing to me is that, like, you know, having ropz on, like, a crazy stat line is nothing new, it feels like. But having him, like, have this much impact in rounds in such, like, an involved way. He's been with the pack a lot so far, right? And he's actually been taking room, leading rounds. This round is an example where he's run out through short over on his own, and he's hyper involved. He's not being left to his own devices on some, you know, crazy abstract lurk. He wants to play into this round. He wants to decide where it's ending up, and he's in a great spot to do exactly that. Is this the reinvention of the ropsicle?
If Headtrick goes down here, that's the round done, and the map done. And there he goes, broky picks him out. Could all be about to crumble. Rez now gets his chance with the AWP, but look at broky up close and personal. Takes him down. Alexi B and Config, 2 versus 5. No kit, a Desert Eagle, and a Scout.
You don't fancy Alexi's chances in the 1v5 here. This is a dominant win for FaZe on NiP's map pick. And there's karrigan to walk it over the line. That was a clean opener out of FaZe Clan. And now maybe you get a little bit worried for the remainder of this series. NiP hanging in the balance as their map pick goes the way of FaZe.